Since I'm mad, I need to make this video. I've been wanting to do this, but this is about Joe Biden. Right after, a week later after the video and the song WAP comes out, which stands for WAP, he decides to use Cardi B to, interview him, ask questions and different things like that. See, this is all one big game. This is all one big game. For months, black women look at the dynamic of this. For months, black women from the Democratic Party were saying Joe Biden has to pick a black woman. You have to pick a black woman, Joe. You have to pick a black woman. Mind you, this man's hero was Strom Thurmond, George Wallace, all of these white supremacist, politicians in the 50s and 60s. These were his heroes. Same with Hillary Clinton. Hero was Margaret Sanger, who wanted to exterminate black babies. Her goal was to exterminate as many as black people as possible through Planned Parenthood and abortions. And that's Hillary's idol. See, what gets me with a lot of black people is, you wouldn't vote for David Duke if David Duke was to somehow, 10 years from now says he's changed. You probably wouldn't vote for him, but you would vote for Joe Biden because he aligned himself with Obama. He was just, what's the difference between David Duke and Joe Biden? Joe Biden used to do eulogies for KKK members. The crime bill that locked black men away disproportionately. Just read where a black man just got out of prison for 10 years for selling $30 worth of marijuana. For 10 years. Now in many states it's legal. So a man lost 10 years of his life. But these are the people you want to vote for. So Joe Biden and the powers that be, the Democrats, the left, Joe Biden decides to use, because again, black women are obviously in his ear. And they've been in his bed too, obviously. But you're in his ear. So what does he do after the WAP video and got a lot of people talking? What does he do? He reaches out to Cardi B. And Cardi B interviews him. And the whole world knows it. Just like the whole world knew about the WAP video, which is a disgusting video in itself. And once again, it portrays black females as extremely loose. And what's sad about it is overseas and a lot of white people, because you don't really interact with a lot of black people. A lot of black, like if you live in Vermont or Montana, South Dakota, you don't really interact with black people. So you're going to think the black people you see on TV is just who we are. So when you got these black females talking about, they got some hoes in this house. First of all, it was in a whorehouse. What was ironic about that video? As soon as the video comes on, they're talking about there's some hoes in this house. What house? What kind of house was that? It was a whorehouse. Many black females, and I'm saying females, we talking about girls and women, mostly girls. Soon as you hit the shores of America, some of you were sold straight into whorehouses. Everybody wasn't on the cotton. Everybody wasn't on the cotton or the sugarcane field or the tobacco field. Everybody or working in the house, in the plantation house. some females went straight to a whorehouse. The whorehouses in America was first housed and occupied by black females, mainly girls. Mammy would prep her and teach her the ins and outs. So whenever white men came, or, pirates, they would come on shore for whatever business they needed or whatever, they go straight to the whorehouse. And they have sex with that 12, 13, 14-year-old black girl. It's so ironic that that this video, they kept saying there's some hoes in his house, and they were actually in the whorehouse. And then some of you sisters was mad because a white woman was in the whorehouse. You wanted to be in the whorehouse by yourself. You wanted black females to be the only ones in the whorehouse. You thought that was your video. Like a lot of sisters get mad about Iggy Azalea, or if a white girl start rapping, because you feel like that's yours. So in other words, that whorehouse was yours. You didn't want to share that whorehouse with Kylie Jenner. In other words, get your own whorehouse. This is ours. Really? Man. We got to do better. That video was nothing to be proud of, nothing to try to own, nothing to try to secure for yourself. You're not looking deep enough. It was a whorehouse. The Bible clearly says, be ye separate. He was talking about his people. We're not supposed to engage in that type of stuff. But that's where white men had black females. He had you in whorehouses. He made holy women, he turned holy women into whores. Now look. See, and this is another reason why you would never have white girl rappers, many white girl rappers that's mainstream. Why? Because you're gonna have to sell sex too. So that's why they're not crazy about putting out white girl rappers. They don't want you polluting young white girl minds. They don't want to hear an 11 or 12-year-old white girl singing, WAP or some type of nasty song or gyrating. They don't want to see that, but it's okay for black girls. See? We let them control the narrative. That needs to stop. Joe Biden, again, he's straight pandering to black women. It's like, what's the deal? One week you have WAP come out. Then Joe Biden, you announces Kamala Harris, and you're engaging with Cardi B, and then next this movie Cuties come out, which sexualizes 11-year-old black girls. Then we go from WAP to Cuties. And the sad part about it is you got a bunch of white males reviewing the WAP video, drawing a conclusion, and then with this Cuties, drawing another conclusion. All breadcrumbs lead out the woods. That's just simple logic. They're going to draw a conclusion. I think it's disturbing that you got so many other races, that's starting to pay attention, to our dysfunction. Are they plotting? People are creatures of habit. like they say, life is like the hands on a clock. I mean, you could be at, the hand could be at 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess what? It's going back to 12. So if you were the ones sexualizing and abusing black girls, 100 years ago, maybe you're trying to go back. They're doing it in Africa. A lot of human trafficking is black girls. Like, comment, subscribe.